to the podcast Living Without Fear. I'm your host Esther from Switzerland, and I'm deeply grateful you're here with me today. This is the 140th solo episode, and it's the last episode of 2025. I want to dedicate this episode to my parents. To my mom, who passed away in February at 90 years old, and my dad, who turns 91 in a week. This episode is not about blame. It's not about perfection. It's about love, growth, and the meaning we give to our stories. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been walking this path with me for a while, thank you for your trust. For those of you who don't know my story, during my puberty and even later, I hated my parents. Truly, I had countless arguments with my father. He was authoritarian, always convinced he knew better, always needing to be right. My mom, on the other hand, didn't respect my boundaries. She opened my closed bedroom door without knocking. She came in whenever she wanted. And emotionally, I often had to be the strong one for her. I had to comfort her when she was sad, disappointed, or overwhelmed. When I moved out at 21, there were times when I completely stopped being in touch. I needed distance to survive. And what we all did, me included, was never talking about what we truly felt. We never acknowledged the good. We never said the loving words. For a long time, I lived in victim mode. I believed my suffering was caused by my upbringing, by my parents' emotional limitations. They were intelligent people, but emotionally, they never learned to grow. They stayed at the level of an 8-year-old child. And I stayed stuck in that story for decades. I don't say this to brag, but I say it with humility and clarity. I'm the first one in my family and the generations before who choose to step out of victimhood, who did and who is doing the inner work, who is healing, who decides every day to change the story instead of repeating it. And today, I can say something that took me a very long time to feel. I love my parents dearly. They did the best they could. I wrote this already in my book, Living Without Fear. They truly believed they gave us all the love they had. It just didn't feel like love to my brother and me, because their love was wrapped in stubbornness, self-righteousness, and emotional blindness. And still, it was love. Dad, I want to thank you. Thank you for working so hard so we could grow up safely. We had a beautiful house with a garden. We had food, clothes, holidays, excursions. You introduced us to classical music, to concerts, to art and museums. You awakened our interest in history. You walked with us on Roman streets in Switzerland, showed us amphitheaters, stories, time. You sat with us when we didn't understand math. You helped me prepare lectures in high school. You were present in your own way. Mom, I want to thank you too. You were a hard worker too. You kept the house and the garden alive. You baked bread, cakes, Christmas biscuits with us. You crafted gifts with us for our grandparents and godparents. You taught us how to use our hands, how to create, how to invite people, how to host, how to laugh, how to be silly. You taught us how to care for a dog and how not to take life too seriously. These are immense gifts. They shaped me. They made me curious, open-minded, determined, loving. So, going back to my story, what I didn't understand for a long time was this. I'm allowed to choose myself. I'm allowed to change my story. Just because I didn't inherit self-confidence doesn't mean I can't build it. Just because my parents didn't model emotional intelligence doesn't mean I'm doomed. Hardship is part of every life. The question is not what happened to us, but what meaning we give to it. Do I tell myself, I had to be strong for my mother, so now I always forget myself? Or do I say, this made me deeply empathetic, present, and able to hold others? Do I say, my parents' emotional immaturity made me suffer? Or it turned me into someone who understands people deeply, almost like a natural psychotherapist? My parents also gave me the gift of choosing a different way with my two sons, being emotionally present, supporting their inner growth. My father taught me, through contrast, that work does not determine worth. Worth comes within, and I'm still integrating this truth step by step. I didn't become authoritarian because I suffered under it. And that too is a gift. Do you see where I'm guiding you, dear listener? You can always look at your story from different angles. You can keep suffering, or you can transform meaning. Your stuckness is not permanent. If you want change, it starts with the story you tell yourself today. And if you're listening right now and you are in pain because of your parents or your family, know this: you have a choice. You too, you can see the gifts you received from your parents. You too, you can choose to change the meaning of the story you're telling yourself. You too, you can stop your suffering. You too, you can change your story. And please do it now. Don't wait any longer. And let me tell you, you don't have to walk this path alone. If you feel called, I offer a free one-on-one coaching session, a safe space to gently turn your story into something empowering. Just reach out. And as this year comes to a close, I want to thank you for listening, for feeling, for being willing to look inward. I wish you a soft, meaningful transition into 2026. May you carry less weight and more truth with you. May you honor your story and rewrite it where it no longer serves you. My next podcast will be released on the first day of 2026. Until then, take gentle care of your heart. With love from Switzerland.